Many people believe that the things we keep in boxes and accumulate since childhood in our closets, attics and basements are nothing but garbage. But for many others, these are very valuable objects and they are willing to pay a lot of money for them. For this reason, we have decided to present to you the top 10 of insanely high prices paid for unsuspecting items. Number 10. Individual Lego blocks. There are 400 billion Lego blocks in the world, and of course, it makes sense that the rarest or the oldest can reach high prices among collectors. That's why Bricklink.com exists, an online market that allows fans to buy and sell individual pieces of Lego which, depending on their rarity, color or shape, can cost between $200 to $1,500. Number 9. Old breakfast cereal. Is it possible that a box of old and stale cereal is one of great value to some people? The answer, incredibly, is yes. In online auction pages, there are many cereal boxes that are sold to the highest bidder. The price varies depending on if they were open or not, and usually reach $300. Cereals of the 80s, limited edition with particular themes such as Nintendo or Zelda, are a sensation in this type of website. Number 8. The Bay Psalm Book and the Codex Leicester. What do these documents have in particular? On one hand, the Bay Psalm Book is the first book printed in 1640 in New England and was sold for $14.1 million to businessman David Rubenstein. But the most expensive document in history is the Codex Leicester, a scientific document handwritten by Leonardo da Vinci and sold to Bill Gates for $30.8 million. Both are part of the most important ancient documents in history and were sold at really high prices. Number 7. The world's worst NES game. In video game world, collectors usually don't offer money for old or used editions, probably because they can get it from the internet at a low cost or even for free. But the Action 52 broke all these rules, becoming in a legend of video games due to its horribly awful gameplay. Copies with the box still intact are sold for up to $400, and unopened copies sell for up to $500, all because collectors apparently want to see the failed game with their own eyes. Number 6. Old VHS copies of awful movies. Collectors pay impressive amounts of money for old tapes, especially if they are rare or very bad. For some of them, the grainy and deteriorated appearance of the old VHS film is reason enough to have it. Currently, this kind of tape, depending on how strange and old it may be, was sold for more than $2,000. Number 5. Obsolete cell phones. Vintage or retro is present even in the most unsuspecting aspects. For those who know about the antiques industry, old, really old cell phones are the new interest of collectors, and although many of them buy it without knowing if they will really work or even turn on, only having them is reason enough to pay a lot of money. This type of obsolete technology could cost more than $500 per product. Number 4. The White Truffle. The truffle is not only that piece of delicious and exquisite chocolate that we see for dessert in restaurants. The white truffle has a unique flavor and is considered the most expensive in the world for an important reason. There is no human that can plant this subterranean fungus. This mushroom grows on its own in European forests, and its processes to obtain it are extremely expensive and very specialized. For this reason, it can cost up to $96,000 for only roughly a pound of this fungus. Number 3. The Hong Pao tea. If it comes from China, probably it has a story that explains its origin and importance, and the tea, Dàhóng Pao, is not the exception. According to the legend, this tea cured the sick mother of a Ming's dynasty emperor. For this reason, it has preserved over the years. This drink has been cultivated and elaborated under a strict artisanal process and has been sold for more than $1,000. Number 2. Fruit and diamond cake. In Tokyo, in a supermarket called Takashimaya, the most expensive cake in history was sold. The design and elaboration of this masterpiece is a total mystery and took more than 6 months to decorate the cake. Its author, a Japanese chef, used 223 diamonds that skyrocketed the cost of the cake. Sold for $1.7 million, this cake became one of the most expensive and unusual cakes ever made in Japan. Number 1. Empty packaging. Have you ever thought about selling the boxes of your old toys? Well, you should do it. A limited edition toy in its original packaging can get thousands of dollars, but currently the box in which it was originally stored can also be sold for a lot of money. Although it seems strange, there are collectors that buy empty packages of old toys, paying for them between $100 and $200 or even more depending on which toys or figures these belong to. Thank you for watching. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. We publish content every week for your entertainment. Leave a comment to let us know what you would like to see in our next Top 10.